What's going on, guys? Today's topic is you will never succeed unless you learn how to fail. As a 22-year-old, I've received many great lessons in life from all my mentors. I'm someone who constantly looks for new mentors, but credible ones, because there's something to learn about everybody. But as a 22-year-old, the greatest advice that I have ever received, that I try to use every day and try to convince myself every day, is that you will never succeed unless you learn to fail. Now, what do I mean by that? A lot of us are too afraid to take steps, whether it's starting that business or whether it's pursuing that person or whether it's just starting a new chapter in your life, however that looks like, because we are too afraid to fail. But as a young person, I can honestly say the greatest teacher is failure. I feel like if you don't learn how to fail, if you don't fail enough, you will never learn. You just won't, unfortunately. Life is the greatest teacher, and you will fail in life more than you succeed, and that's a promise. That's not a maybe. You will fail in life more than you succeed, but don't look at failure that way. I don't look at failure as a bad thing anymore. I think when we was young, we was taught that if you fail, if you do this, if you do something bad, oh, this is not for you, or if you fail, there's punishments. And I think that's why a lot of us look at failure in a bad lens. But how about we change our mind to it? So a little story. I used to do YouTube when I was in high school, I used to do like prank videos, stuff like that. Just I just did it for the love of the game. I didn't even want to make money or anything like that. And then coming back to YouTube, I was failing at a lot of things. Whether it was the camera I was using, whether it was the phone I was using, whether it was all these different things that was happening, the weather all the time, or something will always come in the way, and I will fail at what I'm trying to do. Even this video, I have done it multiple times and I have failed. But the thing that I tend to realize is that failure will make you successful in life. That's a good one. Remember that no one who is on the top, no one who you look up to, has not succeeded without failure, because failure is the greatest teacher of them all. And man, I wonder why we're so afraid to fail. Maybe it's because the way we was raised. I know a lot of people were raised that if they did something wrong in the household, they will get beaten, or maybe they will get yelled at, or maybe they'll get made fun of. And if that was you, I am so sorry. But failure is not as bad as we think. Hey, how you doing? You have a good one. Yes, like I was saying, know that you want to do something or something is for you, but once you fail, you just stop. Do you think, I don't know, I like to use LeBron as an example. You think LeBron, the first time he picked up a basketball, he made it? I mean, it is LeBron. He probably did make it. But I'm just being honest. Like, no, he didn't. But he kept going at it. He kept failing. He kept failing. He kept failing until eventually he became successful at it. But even when we succeed in things, we still fail. And that is okay. That is not a bad thing. That it doesn't mean that we're doing it wrong or this is not for us. It just means we have to get better at something. And it's as simple as that. You have to learn to fail in order to be successful. To those who are scared to fail, I apologize, but I'm just being honest. You will never succeed in life. You just won't. So learn to fail, please. If your dream is to play in the NBA, you have to play, you have to practice, you have to lose, you have to fail at things, because if you're not failing at these things, that means it's too easy. I believe that a lot of people tend not to try harder things because they're scared of failure. But if you're not doing those harder things, how are you ever going to improve? If you're not failing, how would you ever improve? The reason that my videos became better, the reason that, I don't know, I'm just so much better at a lot of things in life is because I have failed. And I don't like the feeling of failure. I don't think nobody do. But because of that feeling, I'm like, okay, well, I have to get better at this, or I have to do this better, or I have to change this up. And then I became successful at it. But guys, you have to learn to take risks. You have to learn to fail, because life is about trials and errors. If you're not doing trials and errors, if you're not trying new things or trying harder things, eventually life is meaningless. And I know I'm young. I know a lot of people might be like, "Oh, Ryan, why are you telling me these things? You're 22 and all this." The reason I tell you these things is because I learned it from others. And I know a lot of people don't have mentors. A lot of people don't hear these wisdoms. So my job, I feel like, as an older brother in a sense, or as a younger brother, as just a person, is to help others succeed. That is my true goal, is to help you succeed. But how would you succeed if you don't fail, guys? Please. So today, if you can, try something new. Go, if you somebody who hit the gym constantly, but you haven't passed 165, try for 175. Push yourself. Push yourself harder, and eventually you will. If your dream is to be a YouTuber like me, I know that at first I'm going to only receive 10, 20 views, and that's okay. I understand that. I'm accepting that failure of my expectation, but that doesn't define who I am. That's another thing. I think a lot of us think that failures define who we are. Failures don't define who you are. You define who you are. If you're someone who constantly falls but gets back up, what does that say about you? You're a hustler. You're someone that even when things knock you down, you're getting up, and that you're willing to try harder, compared to someone who doesn't try hard enough, or doesn't do harder things, or doesn't fail enough because they're too scared. So which one would you rather be? Me personally, I'd rather be someone who fails constantly. But the thing about failure is, the more you fail, the more you will succeed. The more you take risks, the more you will succeed. And I love y'all guys. I don't want, the whole point of this video is, not just this video, but my channel, is to help y'all understand that there's so much more to yourself than you could see, that maybe others could see. But I see it. I see it in all of us. No one's different. I think the difference between someone who is successful and someone who is unsuccessful is that they learn to fail. Allow yourself to understand that if you fail, that is okay. That you're going to get back up and you're going to try harder at whatever that is, especially if it makes you happy. Why not chase your dreams? You're going to fail. I'm telling you right now, it's inevitable. And I'm sorry, but you're going to fail at chasing your dreams. Or it may seem slow. It may seem like this is not for you. But if that's something that you truly love, something that fulfills you, something that brings joy to others, so what? It's a part of the process. Failure is a part of the process. But until you realize that internally, mentally, you'll be too scared to try new things. You'll be too scared to fail. But that was really much it. I don't know why I had this in my heart. And I think this is something that I wanted to tell myself as well, because I am afraid to fail. I truly am afraid to fail. I am afraid that I won't be successful in life. However, success looks like to me. Not what others think success look like, what success looks like to me. Don't let no one get in your head and get in your life, because no one can control your life. You are the author of your book. But even authors have many drafts, has many takes, and go through so much failure in life until finally they become successful. So I love y'all guys. I hope this video helped. It's not the longest video, but it's something that is true to my heart, something that I had to learn at a young age, something that I'm grateful to learn at a young age. And it don't matter what age you have, I told you this, or what age you learn to fail, that it's okay to fail, that it's part of the progress, that failure is actually something amazing because it shows that you're trying. But eventually, when you're failing, make sure you're doing tweaks as well. This is the last point. This is the last point because I'm over talking. But something that I have noticed is that the reason a lot of us fail and continue to fail for years or maybe months or whatever it is because we don't make little arrangements or little tweaks to the things that we're doing. For example, I had a mic before this. This mic is a lot better, but I had a mic before this, and it sounded horrible. But I kept doing it, and I was like, okay, it'll maybe change, it'll maybe get better, but it didn't. So what did I do? What did I do? I tweaked it. I bought a new mic, and now the sound is so much better. It's probably not 100%, but it's a lot better. So if you're failing at maybe benching, look up different ways to bench. There's multiple ways. Maybe it's basketball. Look up different ways to practice. Not everybody has to practice the same way. Just do little tweaks in everything you do, because eventually, through those failures, you will get better at it. And because of those failures, you will appreciate the process a lot more eventually when you do make it. So I love y'all. I'll see y'all soon. By the way, I'm gonna start telling y'all where I'm at, because I know people be asking me. But this is Wissahickon Trail, Philadelphia. I'm from Philly. Come and check it out. It's beautiful. I love being out in nature. I would love for y'all to be out here as well. But I see y'all. And the moral of the story: if you are not failing, you are not trying. And if you are not trying, you will never succeed in life. So I love y'all, and I see y'all.